Well, he's the disgraced doctor who seems to love the camera, but just not ours. The spotlight is on Dr. Peter Spencer over his wife's death. He's been suspended from practicing and is also under suspicion.
That happened? Any word of condolence, maybe?
Was it an act of desperation to save his wife Mayumi,
They can die within 3 to 5 minutes.
or something more sinister?
You took an oath in medical school to do no harm. Did you do harm on that night?
It's a question only one person can answer, sleep physician Dr. Peter Spencer.
Did you kill your wife?
January 17, 2015. Dr. Peter Spencer and wife Mayumi returned to their city apartment after a night out with friends. A few hours later, Dr. Spencer says his wife has a fit and is choking. He performs a procedure known as a cricothyroidotomy using a kitchen knife and pen to cut her neck. More than 3 hours after that, the doctor calls an ambulance. Mayumi is dead. According to the Victorian coroner, paramedics arrive at the Docklands high-rise 11 minutes after the doctor's 000 call. They find him appearing to attempt CPR, although the compressions are pretty gentle. Mayumi's cold and, according to first responders, has been dead for considerable time. Cocaine's found inside a blood-stained vacuum and a bloody towel and syringes are discovered in the washing machine. Those closest to Mayumi describe her as beautiful inside and out, with a big smile always on her face. She'd met Dr. Spencer in Japan and moved to Australia to marry him. While the 29-year-old's cause of death was cocaine toxicity, the coroner has been unable to rule out homicide, finding Dr. Spencer may have committed negligent manslaughter. Online, the doctor seems to love the camera, not ours, ignoring repeated requests for an interview.
Dr. Spencer, Sam Cucchiara, A Current Affair. We've been trying to organise an interview with you about your wife's death. Did you kill her?
We found Dr. Spencer at this Melbourne park.
You sliced her neck open. You waited 3 hours to call an ambulance. Why did you do that?
No air getting into the lungs. They can die within 3 to 5 minutes. It's that radical.
Retired Professor Gordian Fulda is one of Australia's founding fathers of emergency medicine.
The resuscitation guidelines, first of all, in basic life support, D, danger, R, response, in other words, the patient moving or speaking, and then it says S, send for help. Even in an emergency department, I can't do anything by myself that's of any significance.
He says the procedure Dr. Spencer says he performed is difficult and risky to do outside of a hospital.
That really is in the movies. That really doesn't work, and it's very hard. It's very hard to successfully do that.
During the inquest, friends gave evidence that Mayumi told them she was abused by her husband. They reported being told he would kick her out of home late at night, punch and slap her, send her abusive messages, and inject Mayumi with cocaine against her wishes. Mayumi's friends said she wanted a divorce, but she told family she couldn't return to Japan because she had no money and Dr. Spencer had her passport. He hasn't responded to these allegations.
You're accused of abusing your wife before her death. You're accused of injecting her with cocaine. Did that happen? There's no need to get aggressive.
Dr. Spencer delayed the inquest multiple times, failing to turn up and asking for more time to speak with lawyers. After police paid him a visit to get him to the inquest, he left home with a surfboard and said, "I don't give a When he did turn up to the inquest, he didn't accept wrongdoing and defended not calling paramedics sooner, saying, "I didn't identify that she was unwell."
Do you have anything to say to your former wife's family, her friends who loved her? Any word of condolence, maybe? Please don't attack the camera.
Following his wife's death in 2015, Dr. Spencer agreed to stop practicing medicine. In 2021, he re-registered as a doctor, this time with supervision. But it would take 5 weeks after the coroner's most recent ruling for the medical board to finally suspend the specialist altogether. Police say their investigation into Mayumi's death remains open. They're treating it as suspicious.
Are you concerned about being charged by the police?
Dr. Spencer hasn't been charged or convicted over Mayumi's death or any allegation made during the inquest. He did, though, try to conceal the coroner's findings by unsuccessfully applying for a suppression order.
Dr. Spencer, did you kill your wife?